Everybody get me licking my fingers.
I guess you're licking your fingers. Hello, everybody. This is Danny and Wanda from Deep South Homestead. Running late as usual, but we're getting there. Ms. Wanda's trying to do a little typing there. Oh, we're going to get there, though. We hate the time change. We just literally do not like the time change.
I do. I like to go to sleep early.
Yeah, but we're not actually going to sleep early.
I am.
No, we're not.
Yes, I am. Hey, Susan and Firefly.
Yeah, this time has got us all screwed up.
Danny's like, hey, we're going to be so late when we're through with the live stream. He was already asleep.
I was already asleep a while ago. Yeah.
Tell Rick thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. So we really, when we're at the cabin, and we've been at the cabin all week.
We've been at the cabin a lot.
Last night. Mm-hmm. First time we've been in the house in,
gosh, over a
week or two.
Yeah.
We've been staying over there a lot, and time just don't matter.
At the cabin, when it's 8 o'clock, it seems like it's going to be 12 o'clock at night because it's been dark for like 2 or 3 hours, and it's just.
I mean, almost every night.
That's every night.
I look at him. I'm going to bed. He said, "It's 5 till 7."
Yeah, I tell Wanda it's not even 7 o'clock yet, and she's like, "I can't help it. I can't hold my eyes open no longer."
I just go to bed. I mean, that's what you do, okay? And we didn't have lights very much to start with. We usually use the fire if it was cool enough, and if it wasn't, we have a little generator that runs a light.
Yeah, we had a little 100-watt generator.
Yeah.
Yeah. Electric generator. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. Gemini says she's listening. We gonna pray for Gemini because her mouth is giving her fits.
Yeah.
She's having a lot of pain today, so we want to everybody remember Gemini Homestead. She had some oral surgery done this week, and
I was Annabeth from Country Homestead Preacher.
Hey, Annabeth.
Yeah.
And let's see, Tubular Guy 9, Woman.
Yeah, our
Homestead.
Yeah.
Kathy, Carol.
Strong enough to bend Homestead. Yeah.
Kansas. Jan. Finest Planet. I'm sewing, so I'm just listening in.
Hey, that's all right.
Oh, I saw the cutest apron I sent Sherry from Two Family. The apron, it was made out of blue jeans. And you know I got blue jeans galore that don't fit. And the back pockets was the front of the apron. And then you took part of the legs and made the top part. And it was so cute. And then they had put lace around it, so you could decorate it up any way you want to. So
yeah,
I see Mexico and Nova Scotia.
I was checking out that.
Arizona and I can't remember, where did I see New Mexico? Nadina.
South Dakota, Miss Sharon.
So we got a lot of people.
Sharon.
Alabama.
Yeah, I'll say Sharon. Guys, my eyes are so bad right now. So if I misspeak something, don't think anything about it.
He can't see the chat that much.
Yeah, the chat's way away from me, and it's not.
And I've got it blowed up.
She's got it blowed up, but still, I have problems seeing now. So.
Yeah. Saddle Ridge is saying something about people everywhere sense that things are way off the path we should be on, and things are falling apart, and there are many apocalyptic books as well. Yeah, so that's what tonight was about, video games.
Yeah, every time I watch, you probably didn't ever think you'd see this coming out of me, but whenever I was, I do watch a few YouTube videos occasionally. I'll watch a few, you know.
Somebody wants to know how your pet squirrel is.
Oh, my pet squirrel, he's up a tree, yeah. But I was looking at some YouTube videos. Well, before the actually, I was actually researching something is what I was doing. I wasn't actually watching videos. I was researching something. And this ad come on. And I told Wanda, I said, you've got to see this ad.
It took us a while to find a video that
had I clicked it off before I realized what the ad was. So we started Googling. I told her, it said it's some kind of game. And we started Googling and never did find it. And then finally I turned on another video that I wanted to look at. It had to do something with what I was doing at the cabin. and it popped up again.
And he's like, whoa, wait.
So I froze it right there until he could get it.
And it was this last shelter survival.
Last shelter survival game.
And come to find out, there's survival games, tons of them.
I didn't realize that there is just thousands of survival games out there.
Are the average person and kids playing these games and don't even realize what they're playing? I mean, the little ad that you were watching.
The ad I was watching had to do with the zombies taking over everything. And people, last shelter, they in other words, they were trying to get underground and get a safe place underground so that the zombies couldn't get to them and they could grow their food underground and they could live underground permanently.
And it showed the greenhouse underground.
Yeah.
And stuff just started coming up. I mean,
yeah.
Plants
growing from grow lights and stuff like this. It was amazing to see. And I told one day, I said, people are actually being trained already for an apocalypse.
Yeah.
Without even knowing it, especially the younger generation.
That was just, and then when I Googled to find the game itself, there's hundreds of games, hundreds of games. And I knew there were games like Farmville and where you
We knew about Farmville where you farm and you do stuff like that. It's fake farming, but just.
We knew that.
We knew about that.
But we don't have young people around.
Right. We don't have any kids around.
And we're not around anybody playing games.
We're not gamers.
And so we don't know what's popular. We don't know. A woman says she deals with zombies daily.
I was just reading that. Yeah, I deal with zombies daily.
I am a zombie daily sometimes. Danny thinks I am anyway. But no, my sons, well, all my kids love to play games, but my youngest son is a really big gamer. You can ask Danny. He's into all kinds of games. But I'm never there to see what he's playing now. Farm Simulator 19. Yeah, Jay's playing that.
Linda said, what's the name of the survival games?
Hunger Games. That's funny.
Hey, that's probably the beginning, to be honest.
It's called Last. I put it in the title. Last Shelter.
It's Last Shelter.
Survival.
There's hundreds.
There's a lot.
There's hundreds of games that go with that. Because I said, well, okay, I'll just Google that right quick. When I Googled it, I was like, oh my gosh, look at how many of these games there are.
I mean, lots of them. There's desensitizing. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Desensitizing with these games, yes.
Yeah, and Red is right. Cell phones has made zombies. They're making sheeple, is what it's doing. They're sheeple zombies. They'll just be easy to be led to the slaughter because all they do is just sit and look at a thing and punch buttons all day. I mean, that's what it is. And it just amazed me for us to have come to that place in our country. Now,
hey there, Southern Blessed and Prep Steading with
Disabilities. Of course, I have a video coming up on Patreon that's a very serious video about my time with the Lord this past week. And it basically it has a little bit to deal with the condition of our nation, where we're going, what he told me about it, and what we should expect in the future. And I put that up on Patreon.
Somebody says it's lots better than Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, I've actually seen one of those videos. It is.
Yeah, my son used to play that some, and I did not like that one. Will sugar cane take over like bamboo?
No. Sugar cane only lasts in one spot 3 to 4 years, and it'll just die back out.
All right, Finest Planet says, if you think that's bad, China is trying to resurrect and bring back corpses to life now. If that isn't scary, I don't know what is. I know.
Well, in my video on Patreon China's actually mentioned in that video on Patreon. I talk about China's place in the New World.
Brett says they hold their cell phones in the same position as if they had handcuffs on.
That's true.
Have you thought? I hadn't thought of that.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's
exactly
weird.
Right.
I really hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Somebody asked about Sunshine. Sunshine was over here
yesterday? Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very busy. They are very,
They're
very busy.
busting it.
They're busting it over there, trying to get a
I do
shelter.
have, they came over yesterday, and I have a video, I think Wednesday. And I think Amanda's going to have one Wednesday. Let me see where it went. She came over and we did a taste test on the sugar cane.
Yes.
Danny was working at the cabin, and Amanda's got the taste buds. So we did that, and then Sunshine stayed inside with me, and this is Freedom Acres' new sugar cane
patch. We helped Ms. Amanda and them get them a sugar cane patch going on their property. This is right behind us.
This is one that's our back fence. Yeah. And it's over across, and the neighbor had a short little patch there a couple of years ago, wasn't it? Did he harvest some?
He made him some syrup off of it a few years ago.
Yeah. And so she's resurrecting it, and she's making sugar cane. Yeah. So, guys, she's busy.
She's busy. Not only that, she's got her roof going up over her trailer and all kinds of things going on over there. Her family's been up helping her. My neighbor's been helping her. So we've got our work going on over here. And I talk about this on Patreon, why we're doing what we're doing here and why it's going on. So we're not into each other's business, in other words. She's doing her thing, we're doing our thing. Yeah. And we're all happy. No problems, you know.
She's running between her Franny.
Yeah, they got her running to death. Yeah.
Now Franny's kind of better, and
Franny's doing good. Yeah.
But she's been down there a lot. Even when she was here, she was down there a lot.
Yeah.
So it's been back and forth for her, and she's starting to maybe settle after Thanksgiving. She's giving herself till after Thanksgiving because she's gonna spend some time with her family. But she's kind of just in limbo, I guess, until she gets everything done, the roof done and everything. They're not moving the trailer anymore, and she gets kind of. We talk about that too.
Sharon, we have our trap set for raccoons and possums because this year, since it's turned cold, we just have an influx of them in here, and we've been trying to eradicate them off of our property. And we have so many squirrels here. I'm talking about there must be hundreds of them things.
And he has let one go.
I've let one go several times a week, and that one just happened to get in there. And I told her, I said, you know, Hank is a squirrel dog. We're training him to be a squirrel dog. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I said, this is no better way to train this dog than to let him get up close to a squirrel that can't get away from him. You know,
and we were not letting him. He's never killed a squirrel.
He's never killed anything.
We got some really bad comments from people thinking we're being horrible people, but Hank is to keep the squirrels out of stuff.
Yeah.
And he doesn't kill them. Danny's never let him kill
I've never let him kill anything.
And he's got to learn to chase them out of the yard. And they're so fast. If you watch the video, I think when it came out, he was trying to get it, and it just went right past him, up Danny, and off Danny's head.
I knew he wasn't going to catch that squirrel.
He can't catch it.
I just didn't have any idea that squirrel was going to go up my back, and I was just praying he didn't go up my jacket. That's what I was praying.
And Danny was just, I was on the porch, y'all. I'm the safe one. I knew squirrels are unpredictable. When you let them out of that cage because they've been in there, they just go wherever they want to go, whenever they want to go somewhere, and I was not going to be standing close.
Yeah, I mean, this is not the first one. I turn them loose almost every day somewhere around here. You know, I catch them in one spot, move them over somewhere else, and they're everywhere. We've never had this many.
And we do want to do a cooking squirrel video sometime. We're going to do that when we get through with sugar cane and everything else.
Yeah, well, since we get through with everything and we get a good freeze, I'll probably take a few just to cook and eat. We'll do a video on it and show you how how we prepare ours.
But most people thought it was funny, but we got a lot of 10 or 12 that thought we were being cruel to the squirrel.
Well,
and that was not our intent.
It was better than the alternative he should have got, which would have been me just killing him.
Yeah.
And I've been just taking them and relocating them.
Hank is one of those that he chases every squirrel. When we let him go, he is from his pen to the cabin in what? 10 seconds.
Oh, yeah. A deer ain't got nothing on that dog. That
He
dog
can
can
run
like a
crazy.
wild ape. I mean, he's just wide open.
Yeah. So we've just been letting most all of them go.
We ain't killed a squirrel since last year. I mean,
No.
they're everywhere.
Hey, Stivers. How are
Hey,
you?
Stivers. Food forest permaculture jumping in here? Yeah.
Yeah. Does squirrel taste like chicken?
Well, actually,
no, I've never
I've eaten a lot of
squirrel.
squirrel in my life, and it all depends on how you prepare it. I have found a way to prepare it that it falls off the bone every time, and it's really good that way. And when we get ready to do it, I'll do a video on it and show you how we do it.
It says wait, if they don't like you being cruel to squirrels, wait until you skin one and cook it.
Yeah, that's the alternative.
Well, we don't intend. I mean, I didn't put it up for people to think we were letting Hank traumatize the squirrel. Is what we got a lot.
No, it was never intended for him to traumatize. It's just that if you're going to train a dog to hunt squirrels, that's his job.
And they thought it was crazy that I was laughing at the poor traumatized squirrel. Well, I wasn't laughing at the squirrel. I knew the squirrel could take care of itself. I was laughing at this one.
She was laughing at this one right here.
I wasn't even paying Hank any attention. This one was what caught my attention, and I was laughing at him because I thought Hank actually did catch the squirrel to start with, but then I saw it running up his back, and I couldn't help it. I just knew I had caught a moment.
Yeah.
And I laugh at everything, y'all. It doesn't matter if it's good, bad, or ugly. My nerves.
Yeah.
I have to laugh.
We have to laugh instead of crying or getting angry.
Because I don't like to get angry, and he hates crying. So if I cry, so he'd rather I laugh.
Well, I'll tell you what, in a survival situation, this may be something some of y'all might want to consider. Wanda, in a garbage can that we have in our metal garbage can, has vacuum packed tons of packs of taco seasonings and what's some of them other seasonings? Stew mixes and chili mixes and all your
sausage gravy,
fajita mixes and sausage and gravy mixes and all that kind of stuff. And I said, "My word, girl, why are you doing this?" And she said, "Hey, when the lights go out and there ain't nothing to eat but squirrel, I don't want it to taste just squirrel. I want it to taste like anything else I'm used to eating." So she's got seasonings for everything. Yeah. Vacuum sealed in there.
I do. So we have a supply. So just for all of you that are squeamish on eating rabbits or squirrels or snakes or
coons
or possums or bugs or whatever, if you don't like that kind of stuff and you know that's probably all you're going to have, stock up on seasoning.
Stock up on them seasonings because you can make it taste like anything. Yeah. You can make a squirrel taste like a banana if you have the right seasoning.
Yeah, Hank is a cur.
Yeah.
He is supposed to be the original Homestead dog.
Yeah.
But he's got too much energy.
He's got way too much energy.
He would be better off on
He'd really be better off on a huge farm.
Huge farm with, I guess, as a squirrel dog. If somebody needed a squirrel dog.
Yeah, somebody needs a squirrel dog, he would be perfect because he is a great squirrel dog.
Squirrel tacos.
Yeah.
That's what my thought was.
That's what her thoughts was. That's exactly right, Tubular Night Guy. I mean, that's it. Tubular guy, not tubular night guy.
Yeah, see, the squirrels are destructive.
They're very destructive.
And they carry disease.
Well, they're not really carry disease because they eat nothing but vegetation.
But they have.
They don't carry
fleas
disease.
And stuff on them, don't they?
Maybe
not disease.
They'll get a wolf in them occasionally, which is a big worm where a mosquito bites them and they get a big worm in them, and you just have to wait till after a freeze and all that's gone out of them before you eat them. That's all.
Yeah.
Hank will settle down
as he gets older. I don't know.
I don't know. This dog is like a kangaroo. If you've seen him, he jumps like 5 feet in the air all the time. You've seen him jumping on the tree. If you watch the video, you will see he jumps like a kangaroo.
And he's learning to bark all the time. He's turning into our annoying dog. He doesn't bark all the time. But
Cheryl says, "How old is Hank?" Hank is
a year and let's see, I got him in July of last year, and he was 6 weeks old, so maybe a year and 3 or 4 months.
He's a little over a year old, yeah.
Not quite a year and a half.
Yeah.
He's starting to annoy the neighbors.
Yeah, he.
Aren't you sad?
No. It doesn't bother me that he barks. I'm used to barking neighbor dogs, so they can listen to my dogs bark.
No, really, if we go to the cabin, he wants
Buddy
to
even
go.
says it. Buddy says he can jump out. He can jump like a kangaroo. Yeah.
If we go to the cabin, he barks because he wants to go too. And it's not always feasible for him to go with us.
No, I can't always let him go because we have packages coming in here on a daily basis sometimes. And I have to leave my gates open for the UPS guy to get in here. Which reminds me, we have
video somewhere.
We have stuff, when it comes in here, and while we're talking about the survival games, guys, we're talking about our cabin a lot.
These games aren't real.
The games aren't real,
but they
Wanda,
will give you ideas, I guess.
If y'all could see the video I have coming up on Patreon, you would understand a lot more about why.
Which one are you on?
Why we're doing what we're doing. Why we built a cabin even. That was laid on our heart by God to do this. And yeah, I guess I want to say thank you to
Rocky.
To Rocky for we had a subscriber actually send us the means to purchase this. He actually told us which one to get because he has it. Mr. Rocky has this very set up, and I ordered it. Now the fan's not part of it. The fan was just something we already had, but I was just testing it.
You've got the generator in your
I've got
lap,
the generator
actually.
in my lap. This is a 400-watt generator with a 100-watt solar panel to recharge it on a daily basis. Now this thing, guys, this has been a godsend to us. Now we've also ordered a bunch more stuff to go with it. We got some 12-volt lights to go with it. We got all kind of connection cables coming to go with it to be able to hook up. The only thing I'm not really sure about on this setup is the right equipment to go with it. And I'm still Googling and looking at the right equipment to be able to hook the 12-volt plug-ins that come with that up to a set of toggle switches or something in order to be able to operate these 12-volt lights that we've purchased, because we're trying to set the cabin up completely off-grid with solar. And this 400-watt generator will more than run a lot of things that we want. And plus, we're looking into, at the moment, we're looking into 12-volt appliances.
Yeah, I'm not really liking much of that yet. The ones I've seen, I'm not. They haven't really come into. Mr. Rocky sent us some, but I know, but
somebody's asking the name of that, and
the name of the generator.
Yeah,
Rock
Pal. It's a Rock Pal 3. I'm sorry, I said 400 watt. It's a Rock Pal 300-watt generator with a 100-watt solar panel. I want to get that right.
Yeah, Rock Pal.
ROCKPAL 300 watt. It's a 300 watt, which will more than run
with the solar panel.
With the solar panel, it'll more than run the fans, and our 100-watt generator would run a fan for about 5 hours
on low.
On low.
Yeah.
And this should run it all night, which we don't think we're going to need it this time of the year now.
Yeah.
But we need something to be able to run some LED lights, some 12-volt LED lights and stuff like that to light our cabin up. Right now, as we said on our last live stream, I have found a remote
to his light
system. I can walk in the back door of my cabin now and I can punch a button on a remote and my whole cabin's lit up. It's just.
And when he walks out, he can punch it and it goes off.
But the only drawback to this is if I want to go to the bathroom and I want to turn the light on in the bathroom, it turns every light in the house on.
Except the bedroom.
Except the bedroom, because we did not put one in the bedroom because of that very reason. The bedroom, we have a battery-powered light system in there that we can go in and just punch a button and the bedroom lights up. So we're trying our best to get this cabin set up to where we can function in it.
And then we had somebody, this was a couple of months ago, and I just kind of didn't
Well, we
even
take
think
stuff to the
about it.
cabin because that's where it goes.
Yeah, but I took a picture, and that weekend on our live stream was a little hectic. As probably around the time we went to the wedding, I think, or
It was
something.
when we went to
And
the wedding,
we got this. It is a spittoon.
which will be going. It is at our cabin now.
Yeah, it got took over there, and it's on the mantle. I mean, not the mantle, the fireplace hearth
Mm-hmm.
is where it is. And the guy sent us a quarter, and this is the quarter. It is a Mississippi quarter, and it I think it's 2002, and it is a keepsake. It's in a little container.
It's been put inside something to maintain it. So.
And so we want to thank him for that.
Yes, I want to thank him for sending that. That was very generous to go over to cabin. And we're looking for decor to go to our cabin, stuff that will make it feel like a real cabin. Now, Miss Denise that's on here, Miss Gemini, and Mr. Buddy brought us a cross-cut saw that I'm working on refinishing to actually hang on the cabin wall.
Yeah, and this, well, no, I always do that.
You always do that. There you go.
That is my new cups and my new coffee holder. What do y'all think? It's a candy corn cabin. It's burnt orange color, and I'm really, really liking this color. Yeah, Danny even liked this color.
I like this color. I like the burnt orange color. I like those colors to go in with the cabin now. We finally have I'm reading comments here. Did the quilt make it to the cabin? Yes, the quilt has made it to the cabin.
It's going to
is a quilt on here?
No.
Okay.
The quilt is to hang on the rail up at the top, but he has got to get the rail built.
I got to get the rails built. We have.
But it is going to the cabin.
Yeah.
And then I had a lady crochet me a orange and yellow looking candy corn.
A throw.
It's on the back of my recliner over there right now. So I do have it, but we haven't done a walk around in the cabin because we're doing a lot of work right now.
A lot of construction in the cabin right now. It's all it's all clean and everything in there, but we have stuff stacked around in there everywhere. We're working on getting the interior of the cabin taken care of at this time.
Yeah, and we found this is the other. That's this.
Okay, right, you done?
That's what I've got up.
Okay.
I found 2 little small pots. I found this little, it says apples. Danny swears that's not an apple.
I don't look like no apple I've ever grown, but anyway.
And so I'm thinking, a lot of people on my video on Crazy Days said it looked like it was like for honey.
Yeah.
So that might be like a little honey bowl that we could use. And then I found 4 more of my little blue corn flour single serving bowls. So we are getting there, guys, with the cabin.
Yeah. It's just taking some time, and we found the colors now we want. We have our countertops figured out. It's just going to be a long process making it happen because we're going strictly with a particular type of wood that we have made some deals on getting.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a work of art when it's finished, but it's going to be a long road to get there.
Yeah. So,
but the cabin, guys, this is part of when I seen these video games that we were talking about earlier. It made me think about what we're actually doing here at our cabin. Once God laid it on our heart to do the things that we're doing, and told me what is going to be taking place, and the things that's going to be going on, I knew that we were on the right path to get this kind of stuff done,
and I can see playing these video games because it would get addictive.
It would get addictive
to sit there and try to figure out how to survive, how to build stuff, how to do stuff. And what caught Danny's eye was these people. There was a wall.
There was a fortress. A
wall
around the city. There's a wall built around the city.
And people, like a mob, was trying to get up that wall and get over.
The zombies were trying to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while they were trying to do that, these people were underground building their stuff underground.
Yeah.
And growing stuff, and that was just very kind of weird.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know how's the bathtub restoration coming. It's on hold right now. It's still sitting on the front porch because I'm trying to get the bathroom ready. We finally. This week was. Oh, we had a terrible experience this week. We put a new toilet in. Those of you who watch Patreon will know because you see where we're at with the cabin on a daily basis.
I've got to get. Well, I hadn't got the last part of that.
Well, she ain't got the last part of it.
I'm behind on Patreon.
She's behind a few days on Patreon, but in our cabin we woke up one night.
No, actually, I went to bed before you did.
Yeah, you went to bed before I did.
And when I woke up middle of the night, I'm like, gosh,
what is that smell? It smells horrible.
And I said, Danny, what is that smell? And he said, it's that new lumber. And I said, oh no, I know what lumber is.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa. But he brushed it off. He didn't smell it. And so the next day we got up and I said, it is making me sick. Something is making me sick in here.
The toilet video smells. Is up. Evelyn says she saw it.
Did I get it up? I don't know. I can't remember. I had to go back and look. I might have put it up. Who knows? I've been working on them and then I forget when I don't do stuff for several days. And so Danny got to investigating and he goes, it might, we flushed the toilet. He said,
maybe we flush it. I said, maybe it just needs flushing because we're one of them kind at night. If it's yellow, we let it mellow. But if it's brown, we flush it down,
And so he flushed it sometime during the night.
Yeah, I flushed it during the middle of the night.
And it still, when we woke up, it smelled.
Still smelled.
So he got to look and he says, well, there's no cracks, there's no nothing. And you found something was wrong to start?
I saw a little bit of tiny water seepage around the bottom of it at the floor line. And I told her, I says, maybe this thing's got a crack underneath it, So we went to town the next day and I told the company where I bought it at, what had happened. So they made it good by giving me a new wax ring to go under. Because I told them, I said, maybe the wax ring is no good under it. Because there's a particular wax ring I like to use under a toilet called can't leak or no seep or whatever you want to call it. And this didn't come with that. It just come with a plain wax ring. And I don't like that. So I come home, I told Wanda, I said, we're pulling that toilet up and we're going to change this. And when we pulled it up, sure enough, the wax ring that came with it was too thin to actually seep from the floor to the toilet, and the septic gases was seeping out from around it, coming up into the cabin. So
that wasn't the first thing you noticed, though.
No, we didn't have any water in the back of the bowl on it.
Yeah.
Because we was afraid if we poured water in it, it would just come out because there's no water hooked up to it. So I had to go get a quick connect and a angle valve and go ahead and mount it on it. We thought that would correct it, but that's not what it was.
No.
It was a wax ring under it. So we replaced the wax ring. We got that taken care of, and no more stink in the cabin.
Yeah.
So guys, I'm telling y'all, being off grid, we're learning.
I mean that
so much.
You take for granted.
You take everything.
Go flush that toilet, You
you just get up from the toilet, you reach back and hit the lever and you flush it. Here in the house. Over there, you can't do that because.
And if it don't flush the first time, everything don't go down. You flush the second time.
Right.
Over there.
You
better make sure you flush it the first time, or you're going outside and getting more water.
You got to go outside and get water, come back in and put back in the toilet to flush it. Yeah.
It is very different.
It takes about 5 gallons of water a night.
Probably close.
Well, in a day. Let's say in a 24-hour period, we go through about 5 gallons of water flushing the toilet.
Yeah. And we're learning to conserve. We want to do a video on conservation.
Yeah, because we have no water at the cabin right now. That's one thing that we're frantically trying to figure out at this moment.
What we're going to do.
What are we going to do? Are we going to
put a well down?
Try to drill a well, or are we going to try to run water from this homestead through the woods all the way over there? What are we going to do?
Yeah.
So all those things, guys, when you're trying to survive, and after having thought about what we just went through with seeing these videos like this, they're preparing the people for that.
Yeah, and this was this week. We got a gully washer.
We had probably almost a 3-inch rain in like 35 minutes. and it literally flooded, washed everything everywhere. We didn't do videos on all the washing damage, but it literally flooded.
Yeah, and it was beautiful to sit and watch it rain and stuff like that. It was really, really nice. We enjoyed it.
Mary Beth says, better build an outhouse.
I want an
Wanda
outhouse.
wants an outhouse really, really bad.
It's not an old-fashioned cabin without an outhouse. He wants a smokehouse. I want an outhouse.
Swampy says, time to learn to pee outdoors. Swampy, we do pee outdoors most times.
So we don't have to flush the
toilet. So we don't have to flush
the
the toilet. If it's daylight, we pee outside.
Some people may not want to hear that, but whatever.
Can I dig a hand-dug well with 20-foot deep well over the cabin, over at the cabin? I'm not sure how deep the water stratus is at the cabin. I'm thinking it's going to be about 20, 25 feet. We're hoping it's in that area. The guys, I dug 5 foot digging my septic tank. Well, I dug 5.5 foot digging my septic tank, and the ground was just powder. There was nothing.
Okay, Rob says to hook up a 12-volt RV pump to pump the water to the tank. So that's
to the toilet.
Yeah, to the toilet.
We could do that, Rob. We just got to get a water catchment system going. We don't have water catchment yet. That's a big expense. Time I put gutters all around that cabin and buy the big tanks and stuff like that, we're talking about close to, I think I figured up around $700, $800, and right now that's just for the catchment system.
Oh yeah, it's going to take a little bit.
That's just not feasible for us at the moment. But if we, if we had that, that would be great.
Country Homestead Preacher wants to know, what is the most important thing to look for in land?
Water. Water. I'm telling you, this off-grid cabin has taught us that water is our biggest downfall.
Not even just the cabin.
Not even the cabin.
The gardens and everything, because we have all our gardens over there, and here in South Mississippi, it usually rains enough we never have to water that. We don't tote water over there very seldom. If we put out new plants in the early spring and it doesn't rain for a few days, we do water. But other than that, everything is watered. This fall or this summer taught us a huge lesson with water. There's no water there, and water's important.
Water. We can't, when we get through eating breakfast in the morning over there, one's got to bring everything back over here just to wash it. Yeah. Because we have no water.
Well, I don't even have a way to,
we don't have a sink or nothing over there right now. And I do have dish pans and stuff like that. We could wash them in dish pans if we had a water source.
Yeah. So we are in the process of figuring out which sink we want.
See, my Kentucky home says they use 2 IBC totes. So we don't have any IBC totes here. I'd have to order them from somewhere and get them in, and there's several $100s to do that. And
we do, somebody's asking, is anybody in South Carolina? And Deborah Oster is in South Carolina.
Yeah, Deborah's there.
Yeah. And so they're telling you that they're in South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yeah, water's probably the most.
That's our biggest downfall over there right now is water.
You can stay warm with a blanket, extra clothing, or whatever. You can build a fire. We can figure out how to get warm.
Yeah.
We can't invent water unless we get it out of the ground or out of the sky.
Okie Rob says, I need some big tanks too. He only has 600 gallons so far. Yeah, that's a great start, Rob. We're probably gonna need 2,000 or better, over there. And I've actually thought about doing a water tank system that sits way up in the air so that I have some pressure coming down to run everything in the house.
Evelyn makes a good point. Make sure it's not a flood zone, because like where our house and our cabin is, there's no way we're going to flood.
Oh, it would never flood.
But if we had built in the area where the pig pen is,
that would.
Not knowing this area, and we said, oh, we want down in this little hollow and we would have flooded. So you got to know your land, and you got to pay attention for flooding.
Lisa says you can get the IBT totes up in Indiana for around $30. There's nothing here for $30. They won't even look at you here for $30.
You can't even get something somebody's throwing away for $30.
No, they charge you more than that to pick up garbage on the road.
Yes, Daniel, we are loving the Kubota. We really do.
Yes, we love that Kubota tractor.
Are we going deer hunting? Well, we've been sitting on the porch
We're
listening
videoing
to the deer.
We're videoing deer right now, and we're actually listening to deer.
We've got them coming out.
They come out because we have beautiful fields of ryegrass, guys.
Oh, wait,
Do you have that?
I got green fields.
Oh, there we go. Look at this, guys.
Now, isn't that the prettiest picture you've ever seen?
This is that field of dust you guys saw.
Me and Danny.
Wanda planting on the tractor with a fertilizer distributor and all.
Isn't that beautiful? All it took was a little bit of water.
All it took was some rain.
That's why water is important.
Rain and fertilize.
Yes. And the cows are enjoying it.
The cows love it.
And y'all, Dolly is the one in the front with the horns, and we are hoping for a baby within the next few weeks. According to Miss Denise, November 17th. So we are waiting to see.
I don't think that's going. I think it's going to be December.
It might be, but we're going to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I might have forgot what all I even had here, but
I was fixing to say I don't even know what you put up tonight.
Oh, this is a little sneak peek of Monday's video.
Yep, this is a sneak peek of Monday.
Monday's going to be kind of a generalization all over the place, but this is the greenhouse after we added a few things to it. We did a greenhouse video, I think, recently, but this is just one little piece of the video on Monday.
Yeah.
And the greenhouse is coming alive. It's full of stuff, and we're getting excited for the winter. This is what Danny did today.
This is my chore for the day today, was getting everything, the broccoli's all put in from our drip irrigation system that we have here under our row cover. We've got 2 different stages of broccoli and a few cabbages, and we have our carrots in the background covered up because of the weather.
Yeah. So, and the carrots are up really good. Oh, I'd already showed that one. I think that's it. I think that's all I put up there. Okay. So, that was it. That's all I got. I'm done.
You done?
I'm done.
Yeah, the lemons are ripening. Our oranges are coming along beautiful. Y'all stay with us on Monday. Did you say Monday the video's coming up?
We talk about that a little bit.
We talked a little bit about that Monday, about our winter preparations here at Deep South Homestead will be coming up Monday. We didn't get to everything that we do because the video had gotten too long. But guys, we got a lot of stuff up to show y'all Monday about what we actually are doing around here to get ready for the winter months.
And then hopefully Wednesday I will have where Freedom Acres and Amanda, tasted the cane and give you our opinion on the stressed cane, the weather, heat stress. What is it? What am I looking for? What's the word? Drought stress.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And hopefully somebody will do porch time.
We'll get. Oh, we didn't do porch time, did we?
Well, you got.
That's tomorrow.
Yeah, you got to get porch time.
I gotta get porch time done before Tuesday.
The squirrel kind of
threw everything off with the porch time. Yeah. Well, I did a video today for Patreon. It's a very serious video. So,
do we have bees for honey? We did.
For a while, but we don't anymore. What direction did we place our greenhouse? Rebecca said it's facing due south. It's behind our barn. And in the video, you'll see me talk about where it's located and why it's located where it's at, and the reasons why we did that.
William Leniger said that Paradise Acres will bring us a tote. Thank you. That's the guy from Homestead, right? No.
No, from
Purvis.
No, over here south of Columbia. What's that?
Well, in that general area.
Yeah, on Highway 43
That's
over there.
That's it. I got you. I'm trying to remember.
You know what I'm talking
about. I knew the name and the face. I just couldn't remember directions.
William.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Food Forest Permaculture says my lemons are ripe of plenty. We only had 2 that made it this year. We got a bunch more little ones on the tree, but them things are huge.
They're the biggest.
Them things are big as oranges, you know.
They're big as oranges. Oranges. If we get them both off at the same time, I'll show you if they happen to be.
Well, we'll take some oranges off. We got to take the oranges off the tree this coming week because we're going to be down in the teens.
Hopefully by Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometime this week.
We'll take them off probably Monday.
But the video won't come up till later in the week.
Later in the week.
We'll show you that. I saw somebody. Let's see. Stapleton family said hi. They can't stay, but they popped in.
Yeah. Okay, I see that. Yeah.
Vicky Lynn says the squirrel video was funny. I thought it was funny. Let's see.
Let's see. Peace, love, and harmony to everyone, Sharon says.
What else am I thinking? I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm tired.
And we're both tired.
We hadn't even mentioned the doctor. That was the other issue this week.
Yes. We've both, guys, we've both been in the doctor's office this week.
So that's why I'm a little fuzzy on what I'm doing.
Yeah, Wanda's having some issues with the thyroid, and we're waiting on results from tests. My heart completely went out of whack. I forgot what day it was now. And I dealt with that. That happened last weekend, really.
It was 2 days of it.
And for 2 days of it, 3 days of it, actually.
Yeah.
I eventually got to a doctor, and they told me that I'm perfectly normal.
Yeah.
You know, which I hear that every time I go. But I told myself, well, my heart is beating so erratically. Well, it's PVCs. I told myself, I don't care what it is, but it shouldn't be doing it. You know? And then they did a EKG on me and told me all kind of stuff about that, and that you know, they got a blockage here, but that's perfectly normal, and you know, and whatever.
Grandma Rose, we're supposed to get some really cold weather. She's getting down in the teens Tuesday night.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like 24 here with the wind blowing like 12 or 14 miles an hour, which means ours will be a wind chill in the teens also. And sugar cane, guys. If you want sugar cane from us, you better get it before Monday.
Yes, order it by
Sunday night because Monday morning we're taking the last of our sugar cane to the post office and getting rid of it.
Processing the rest.
We have to because Wednesday morning it's supposed to be in the wind chill in the teens here, and all the cane has got to be gone. So.
No, Danny is not an AFib.
No, it's not AFib.
It's PVCs.
It's PVCs. They did the EKG and showed me that it was not AFib.
He actually has only been in AFib one time.
Once in my life, and it was just brief.
It was about an hour and a half.
About an hour and a half of it, and once I burped, it went away.
So we're not sure what, but anyway. But mine was, I've known for, nearly 3 weeks that I had something going on with my neck. And I really, because of my family issues, my family history.
Oh, the post office is closed Monday.
Okay, well, then Tuesday.
It'll be Tuesday. We'll try to get it out Tuesday morning, and that'll be the last morning we can get anything out.
So I had this knot here, and I was trying to just see if it would go away. And it wasn't going away. I mean, it did shrink down some, but it's still there. And so Danny went one day to the doctor. I went the next day. They did some, they did a blood test, actually.
They did a blood test, did a thyroid test.
And I finally talked to them late yesterday evening, and my thyroid is fine. It works normal. So now we are going in different directions. And I almost wish I knew it was the thyroid and it was either producing too much or not producing enough. I don't like.
They told her thyroid was perfectly normal.
Yeah, my thyroid is operating normal.
Within its ranges, but she still has the big knot in her thyroid. So
that goes all different directions. So y'all just pray that it's not anything serious, because I was more worried about his heart. I wasn't worried about this because thinking thyroid, it's medicine related. I can control it. Seems everybody's worried about this and not his heart. And I'm like, okay, this is not normal. So, but we're normal. Both of us are normal. That's kind of scary.
Mark Kreger says the same thing. He says, I hear from the doctor all the time that I have nothing wrong with me, even though I'm in pain all the time. I understand. It don't matter what I go to the doctor for. They tell me, Mr. King, I don't know what you eat, I don't know what you do, but your blood work is perfect. And there is nothing wrong with you. I told myself, well, my heart didn't used to beat like this. Well, that's perfectly normal. Once you get past a certain age, your heart beats out of rhythm. It has PVCs. Everybody's does. And I've been to numerous doctors. They all tell me the same thing.
So we hope by the time y'all are 55 or so, you're going to be having PVCs all the time. No, I don't hope you're doing it.
No.
I'm pretty sure,
They keep
according
telling
to
me,
doctors,
they
everybody's
said,
going to be
Mr. King,
having
you just have to learn to ignore them. They're not going to hurt you. They're nothing to worry about. I said, that's easy for you to say because you're not having them.
Scott said he planted his sugar cane and the raccoons dug it up to see what it was.
You need to get rid of some coons, my friend. We've been eradicating them things like crazy around here.
Oh,
let's see here. Melissa had to leave.
Prairie Girl said that we work too hard. Probably, but we're trying to slow down.
Well, we see that. We talk about that in our videos. We talk about.
We're learning. That's why
we have the
Deep
cabin.
South will not be putting up videos 6 days a week.
Come the first of the year, Deep South Homestead will be making changes.
It may happen before then, but between now and the first of the year,
Sylvia said she don't see sugarcane for sale on Etsy.
Okay, if it's not up.
If it's not, we just ran out. Somebody's bought it all, and we will put more up. So look back, because we'll do it as soon as we get out of here.
I was thinking I put a bunch up earlier. So either we've had somebody buy some or something just happened because there was some up, and we'll get it back.
Well, sugarcane grow in Washington State. I know it grows in zone 8, or zone 7 and less. Let me put it that way: zone 7 and less, and more. I'm sorry, not less. But.
They're saying that the thyroid can work. This test can show perfect, but you can still have issues. I think that's where the doctor's going with it. We're just going to wait and see.
Another one says I don't see sugarcane for sale on Etsy.
Okay, so I will see if I
give us just a minute. As soon as we get off of here, and we will put the sugarcane back up on Etsy because evidently somebody's bought all that we put up on there.
Okay.
I have Hashimoto's thyroid. You can have normal numbers and still have problems. Okay. Oh, well, it's fixing to be 9 o'clock, guys, so.
Let me mention the gathering right quick, too, before we
go ahead and be putting your prayer requests up.
Yeah. The gathering is March 21st here in Perkinston, Mississippi at the
Westside Magnolia Community Center.
Yeah, Westside Community Center, Magnolia Community Center. And we're going to be having several little different things, but it's not going to be anything major. We're mainly getting together. It is a gathering. It is what people have been asking for. It's what they want. They want to sit down and talk to each other and visit. And that's what we're hoping to do. I had one guy contact me this week about being a vendor. And so if we're going to allow a few vendors, but we're going to limit the time. And we're also going to limit how many. Because we don't have that much space unless everybody's outside, and
unless
I really don't. I don't want to do that because of weather. March is like
it's unpredictable
all over
here.
The place.
And we have a gospel group coming called Crossbridge that will be performing right after dinner.
Why do we not have honeybees anymore? Well, we had them for about 3 years, and what it was, they weren't ours. It was a company brought them here, and we overwintered them, and they took them back to California in the spring so that we could garden because they were all over the place. And then we just decided not to have them because we wanted to put a cabin back there. Actually, the cabin's right next to where they would have been, and we couldn't have both. And we have 2 places we know of here in town, 3 actually, that have honey. And one of them, I've got a jar of honey from them at the little farm thing live. And that is the best honey I've ever tasted. So I probably will be visiting Coy Farms shortly to get more honey because I really like their honey.
Yeah.
And I don't want to touch bees.
No, we got yellow jackets back here we're having problems with. We can't seem to eradicate them. So I'll eventually get them all, but it's just taking time.
Yeah.
Okay, Mary Beth said Smitty's kitties in financial situations. John and Dorothy with cancer. People are saying that they are seeing some sugar cane up there. So
okay, Jackie is saying she assumes you tried natural medicine and went to a chiropractor a few times. Keep in mind, you go to a medical doctor more than once. Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny can't really do a whole lot with the chiropractor.
I can't because of my neck and back having been broke up so bad. I can't do a lot of chiropractor stuff, but
Carol with her
neuropathy from my knees down to my toes is painful.
Are the seeds and plants heirloom? Yes.
Yes, we don't sell anything that's not heirloom.
The tickets for the will we have to show the tickets at the gathering? You probably I think I can print out a list.
For some drawings you wanted the tickets for some drawings you were going to have.
Yeah, if you print them out, that's fine. I haven't worked the details out on that yet, but I'm going to print out a list of everybody. I think I can do that from Eventbrite, who has bought the ticket. So you need to go to Eventbrite, Deep South Gathering, and order your tickets. They're free.
They're free. They don't
cost anything. It just gives me knowing who's coming. And you can show up last minute. I'm not going to turn you away if you show up. But I'd rather everybody get a ticket so I know who's coming. But we know we'll have a few just show up at the last minute that can't really know for sure that they can come till the last minute, I guess. So that's not going to be a big deal. But if you get a ticket, we'll have it at the door. And as you come in, if you've already got a ticket, they will be taking it. Then you will sign up for door prizes.
Yeah.
That's what that is mainly. And we'll just go from there.
Jackie says, do you have carpenter bees there? Yes, we do. They are, we have them here everywhere.
Yeah.
They're not out right now because it's too cold. They come out in early spring and stay out during the summer months.
I'm not sure what they're saying, something about somebody's safe, and I missed something.
Well, there's lots of things go by.
Christy must have posted something, and I'm not sure.
Okay, let's see here. We got like 3 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and have our prayer so that we can.
Yeah, a 15-year-old
been missing since Tuesday. She still needs a lot of prayer.
But she was found. Okay. The other thing is the T-shirts for the gathering. They are on Bonfire. We had 2 or 3 people try to buy them in the last couple of weeks, and there were 2 things up, and one of them had been canceled, but it kept showing up. So the girl has wiped that one clean, so you shouldn't be getting it now. And the people couldn't order. So now the right one, I heard somebody bought something, sugar cane, I think. So the right one is up, so you can get the shirts. And if you wear the shirts, you will be entered into a special prize the day of the gathering.
I see sugar cane for syrup on Deep South Homestead Etsy. It says only 5 left.
Okay, so there are some.
So there are some up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's.
We have more, so don't stop if those 5 run out. There's still more.
We'll try to get some more. In Queensland, there were fires.
I've seen that in Queensland. There were fires. Yeah.
So we want to remember that. And just keep us in your prayers.
Yeah.
That we can keep trucking it and we can keep providing.
Because we're going to be slowing down.
Yeah. And it's not that we don't love you guys. It's just that we need to slow down.
If you watch Patreon, when this video comes out, you'll understand why.
Yeah.
Because I explain it in Patreon.
And so we are hoping to slow down a little bit and just relax. We want the cabin where we can chill this winter. We were hoping to be able to stay there most of the winter and do a lot of videos from there. And we're this close to getting it.
We're close.
We're figuring things out. That's basically what we've done most of the week.
That's why we've been over there most of the week, is to try to figure it out.
We sit there and we talk and we change our mind and we think of something and we change our mind, and we finally narrowed down.
Finest Planet, yes, you should probably move from California. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
California is going to become the new China. Let me put it to you that way.
Eyes to See Ministry has found, I think she's found a place.
She found a place in Arkansas, wasn't it?
She was looking at one. I don't know if she has. pray for Starry.
Yeah.
We do want to remember her.
Yeah. There's through my kitchen window from the coast down here.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so.
Okay.
Let's
we gotta
do
pray.
this, and so we can go stoke the fire because it is.
It's cold in here, really.
We like to have our fire
Yeah.
going. Danny buffed it up before we got on, so.
Okay.
Deborah, we will be putting you down to help.
Yes, we will. Okay, guys. Father, we come to you tonight. We just want to take this opportunity and say how much we really love and appreciate all you do for us on a daily basis. You're so good to us. Even though we're probably not what we should be, many times you never fail us. You're always there. You're closer than a brother, just like you said. And we thank you for that. And thank you for blessing each and every one of us with the very breath of life that we breathe. And Father, there's so many things on here tonight that people's made mention of. We have some that talks about cancer, some financial issues, Lord, physical issues. Father, I'm sure there's people in here who's got strongholds in their life that they don't want to mention. They're too sensitive to even talk about that's really dragging them down. And I want to pray for them too, Lord. And I want to pray for the people who don't have a roof over their head through all this cold weather, and for fires that's been burning out of control in Queensland, Lord, and people that's actually lost their lives during this, and people who are homeless after this. And Father, there's so much destruction and devastation going on in the world today. I actually speak about this on Patreon and what your plans are for us. And Father, it bothers me. I can't say that it doesn't, to know the direction that we're possibly headed in. And I do pray that you'll be with the people who are not prepared for this, Father. The people that are not ready, the people that are going to get locked in cities, and the people that are not going to be able to survive, Father, and they're going to have to get into the systems to be able to make it. And Father, that bothers me really, really bad. But I know that these things must happen. You said they have to happen before the end comes. And I pray that we'll have the faith and the strength to make it through these things as they unfold around us rather rapidly now. And Father, we're praying diligently for our own health here. We covet the prayers of other people who pray for us, Lord. And in return, we turn around and we pray for them, Father, as you have commanded us to. And Father, we just pray that through the upcoming severe cold that the country is fixing to face this coming week, that everyone will be able to stay warm and they'll be able to survive the frigid cold. There's going to be an outbreak. It's going to be record-breaking this coming week, Father, for our whole nation. And I pray that everyone will do well through this now. Go with us, Father, and help us to enjoy the night that you've given us and to all rest comfortably. Forgive us for we failed you and others. And Father, be patient with us, and we'll try to do the best that we can now. We ask these things in thy name. Amen.
My daughter, she is expecting her baby.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Within the next 7 to 10 days.
Yeah.
And so we do want to remember her. And with the frigid weather brought something to mind, this cold. Here in South Mississippi, we get cold. We get down in teens and zeros. We get the teens
and the single digits, yeah.
But not for very long.
Yeah.
We're there a week sometimes, maybe 2 weeks at a time, and then we're done.
I have seen it below freezing for 30 days in a row.
Yeah, but that's
highly very rare.
Unlikely.
Yeah.
So when my daughters, what brought it to mind was I was thinking of my daughters.
Got trash in my eye.
They are all electric, I believe, both of them.
They are.
Okay, so they're only an hour north of us, and when the power goes out, they have no way to heat and cool.
Right, they have nothing.
And so with this frigid weather, the ones of you that do not have any way to heat and cool, if the power goes out, I advise you to find something, whether it's a lot of blankets, a lot of clothes, stockpile something, figure out how to heat one room, something. Because I do know I worry about my daughters because of this. Because when the power goes out,
especially with the new babies.
Yeah, one daughter has twin baby girls, the other one is expecting one, and then they have other kids. So you know, my daughters aren't any more special than anybody else, but they bring it home to me. So I'm hoping this brings it home to you. If you are all electric, find some way. With all these power outages in California, they probably aren't going to have the freezes. Most of California, but
some of the Northern California will.
But who doesn't? You don't never know. In Arkansas, you may have some of this power.
Sarah,
outages.
we're about an hour, hour and 15, maybe hour and 20 minutes from Quitman.
Yeah.
And I got to get this old wood heater stoked up because we don't have any electric heat here in our house, and this is a big house to heat with just a wood heater.
And see, like Mary Beth says, they've been keeping the heat off so they can pay the bill. That is a biggie.
That's a biggie, yeah.
These bills, the power bills are outrageous.
Ours has been outrageous. That's why we're.
Yeah. It's really been pretty bad. And I know one winter when we finally quit using the electric heat altogether, we had one bill was $300 and something for 1 month. And Danny and I didn't have a job.
No.
We didn't have any money. And the Lord just blessed us with a way to pay that bill. Something came up and we got enough work to do it.
Yeah.
And that told us we aren't doing this anymore. So we shut that heat down and put a wood heater in here. And we just aren't going to be doing it. You know, it's crazy. You can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what I'm telling you guys. It really is kind of crazy. So just be prepared.
Be prepared.
Just be prepared. And if you're watching video games, let me say, watch something on. Play video games. I guess I should say, play something survival. Figure out what you're doing and then put it into place. Don't just play the game. Actually put something into place because all that's fake. It doesn't work that easy.
Sinclair's right. Blankets over windows help. At the cabin, we put the blackout curtains in there with the thermal stuff with them.
And it made a difference.
It made all the difference in the world.
Let me mention Sinclair's wife too.
Yes, we pray for her too.
Yes, and he did send a message. He has a PayPal, but Sinclair, I don't know if you can put a link or anything, but he can put up the words or whatever. You just can't put a link up. He to help with medical bills, I believe is what he sent that they did that. I forgot that till I saw his name. Oh, heavy wool blankets and hot water bottles and thick socks. I thought of the hot water bottles the other night. That did come to mind when I was thinking about it. We have some really nice quilts and we have a really nice blanket that Miss B Lady gave us that is it's actually an electric blanket. We don't use the electric part, but it holds the heat, and that is probably the most comfortable blanket we have that keeps heat in.
Yes. Like the busy little house says, don't be shy. Block off your rooms with blankets. Look, there's lots of people go, I wouldn't do that in my house. Look.
The cabin's got a blanket over the bedroom door.
The cabin's got a blanket over the bedroom door, and if we get up in the mornings, that bedroom is probably 10 degrees warmer than the rest of the cabin is.
With no heat in it.
With no heat in it at all.
I guess our body heat.
I don't know if my cabin is insulated to the hilt. I mean, I have spray foamed every crack. I have taped everything. I have overkill insulation everywhere in that thing.
And so we really trying. We figured out the 2 doors we want. We only need 2 doors.
I only need 2 doors.
And we found those. We